Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily. Hearing myself in the background, I need to turn off my stuff. Thank you guys so much for being here. As you know, we decided to do a quick, we'll see how quick it goes. We decided to do a recap and observation of the Falynn interview, the exclusive interview on Up and Adam. If you missed it, you had homework to do. Why weren't you there watching? Oh, Lord. Shout out to everyone that's already in the chat. Shout out to the mods that are already here. I want to hear everyone's thoughts on this. I've already posted the link for you guys to call in and share your thoughts on the interview, your highlights. I even took some notes. I was moderating and taking notes. Lord. Okay, so one thing I'm going to say is this. There were a lot of people in that chat expecting Falynn to expose Simon. I think even Simon did. If you didn't see my video, Falynn posted on her social media earlier today that he was trying to stop this interview from happening. And based on what we saw in the interview, she actually didn't throw him under a bus. And maybe she could. So maybe that's why he was a little nervous. But there were some things that were pretty stunning in this interview. And shout out to my boy Up and Adam. Y'all, what did y'all expect Up and Adam to ask her? Have you followed his work? He's not going to ask the things that y'all expect some of these other interviewers to ask. And why do you think they decided to do an interview with him versus, look, I'm not going to say anybody's name. Just saying. That's not the kind of interviewer, that's not the kind of person Adam is. So I didn't expect anything else. But no, there were some moments though, Adam. There were some moments. I was like, oh, okay, Shade. What was it? Oh, I wish I had written it down. Oh, find someone half the age, double the wallet. Okay. I saw every once in a while, Adam comes through with a little shade. Every once in a while, Adam comes through with a little shade. All right. I see everyone's in the room. I'm going to take callers in a second. I do want to hear from you guys. I'm hearing so much stuff about the teas coming up. Don't worry about that, y'all. We will be covering that story at some point. Maybe tomorrow night this time. Just say. All right. So let me just take a couple things at my notes that I wanted to talk to you about. So she says that it was Simon's idea. We kind of knew that it was Simon's idea for her to be on the show. But we didn't know. He said it was for her, allegedly, he said it was for her spiritual growth. Simon has been desperate to get on the show. And when she couldn't get him on the show, he went and got Portia. Allegedly. That's what it's feeling like. Am I the only one that feels like that? I kind of feel like Simon was like, okay, you couldn't do that for me, so I'm going to divorce you and get with this other one that can do it for me. Damn, Simon, you that pressed to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta with those low ratings? It's true. It's true. But from what we're hearing, we're not sure exactly if that's what the situation will be, if we will actually see this relationship on the show. He seems really desperate, though. But she also revealed, and Falynn, if you're just joining us, we're talking about the Falynn Guobadia interview. We have almost 400 people in the chat. Hey, guys, how you guys? No, we have over 400 people in the chat. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. I'm your boy, TheKempire. You're here getting daily and consistent hot topics like this one here on the channel. Okay, so here are some of the things. I took some notes because I was trying to see what was going on in the chat, and I was trying to take notes. You know, I'm probably gonna have to do another one of these just to kind of break down everything. You know, I wanted to read her body language, but Falynn did not give us anything in regards to the body language. Yes, we got some tears, but it was hard to read her, and it might be that Taurus energy. We're hard to read, except this face. Y'all can read this face. Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me just. Ooh. There we go. I will be taking calls in just a second. I just want to kind of quickly get through some of the notes that I took during this Falynn Guobadia interview. As I said to you before, I think a lot of people were expecting one thing. Let's not forget, it was y'all. Y'all were in her comments. Y'all were saying on social media, we need a Falynn Guobadia interview. We need a Falynn Guobadia interview. So she had to speak. She had to tell her story because you guys have been asking for it. And especially more than ever in this past week, Simon has been saying all kinds of things about her. So she had to speak. Did I think she was going to be grimy and dirty? Apparently that's what y'all wanted, but that's not what you got. That's not what you got. And I hope you're okay with it. I hope you're okay with it. I'm okay with it, though. Am I okay with her coming to a new season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta like she wants? That was one of the other things that we saw her say in this. She was looking to be on the show, but she didn't get a call. And from what she's alleged in this interview, there were some juicy details in the interview. I think we have to read between the lines where she said that the producers didn't feel like she fit the image of the show. Mind you, I'm doing this right after the live, and part of it I was in the chat. So I didn't really get to do the deep dive I love to do. I love to do a deep dive and watch things multiple times and read body language and things like that. But she wasn't giving us a lot of body language. She wasn't giving it was more, and then we got a little, some tears. But you know what? She teared up. She teared up talking about the kids. And a lot of people want to know, oh, did Simon take her kids? No, she's talking about Simon's kids. She was talking about her relationship with them. As you know, step parents are parents. So it made sense to me that, she got so emotional talking about the kids, tucking in the kids, planning for the kids. These kids lived with them. So they, I'm sure she was more of a mother figure, in their lives, not sure where, their moms are or the level of involvement. Regardless, if they're there on a daily basis, then she's a part of their lives. So it was interesting to see her get really, really emotional about the children. I know a lot of people wondering, were the tears because of Simon? It seems as if she denied cheating on Simon. That was one of the other things that we got from this interview. She denied cheating on Simon. Adam, you might need to do a follow-up interview with her because Simon released all kinds of stuff. I need her to explain who Jalen Banks is. Mind you, remember this interview was pre-recorded. This was before Simon started throwing out receipts. So some of this stuff could not be covered in the interview like we would want to because he started putting this stuff out there. He was really messy this week for an interview that really didn't depict him in the best light. It didn't depict him in the best light. And I'm sure there was more that Falynn could say, but she's just classy. She did reveal that she found out about the Porsche situation the way that we did. We probably found out before she did, some of us. Remember, it was breaking news on my channel. Oh, wait, we probably found out before Falynn did. People are asking in the chat, is Falynn pregnant? Well, as I said to you before, that information from Simon came out after this interview was done, so that couldn't be addressed. She didn't look pregnant, but who knows? Who knows? Look, let me see what. Oh, so the Ching Chong reference in regards to the fight that she had with Latoya, people were wondering why she got so crunk. If you don't know, I reported on that story. Oh my God, I don't even remember. Time is so, in a pandemic, I don't even know. I don't know when I reported on that story, but we reported on the story because I think she did an interview with the Jasmine brand and she had revealed that's why. No. It wasn't the Jasmine brand. She had gotten in the comments section and people were talking about how she said Trini and they left that in. Bravo, y'all are messy. Y'all left that part in and you didn't leave. Well, obviously you're not going to leave that in. So you just took out the Trini part. So she, in the comments, said the reason why she said that was because Latoya allegedly said Ching Chong. Because if you don't know, Falynn is half African and half Thai. Let me see. She doesn't blame Portia. She took no shots at Portia. I know that made all of you very disappointed. What is she going to say about Portia? What is she going to say about Portia? I think the best thing that she could do is pay Portia dust. Why sit out here looking like the broken soon-to-be ex-wife? No, she's still the wife. She's still the wife. But do we need her on the next season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta? I didn't answer that part. I said to you that in this interview, she revealed that she was looking for them to send her contract, so she was looking for it. No, we don't need Falynn. No, we don't need her. But I told you guys that before the interview. I already said to you, and not just because she's a tourist like me, and I already told you I'd be bad for reality TV. But with that being said, based on what we saw during the season from Falynn, it wasn't a lot. She told us a little bit about her experience with production. It wasn't a great experience. She said that they said she didn't look like the other ladies. And then I had to look at the other ladies. What is it that Falynn doesn't have? She don't have a big donkey booty? Is that what it is? She don't have the big donkey booty. Bravo, you feel as if all black women look like Portia? I don't know. That's the only thing that I could get from it. And then when she had the whole fight, the hypocrisy. Like, I'm having revelations, y'all. Remember, I watched this with you. I will be taking callers in just a second. Don't worry, y'all. So they said after she had that fight and she went for the golf club, that wasn't the image Bravo was going for. Didn't I just report today that they're trying to get light-skinned Keisha? I can't keep saying this woman's name. Light-skinned Keisha on next season from Love and Hip Hop. Didn't Portia drag somebody on the reunion? Oh yeah, she dragged Kenya. Didn't she beat up an assistant in the alley? Didn't she get in a fight with Cynthia? Cynthia had a kicker. I know y'all saying, oh, you team this, you team that. No. I'm pointing out the facts to you. We all saw this play out on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And this is not CNN. This is not KMZ. But I'm just pointing out what we all watched. We all watched this play out on the show. So I find it interesting that allegedly Bravo or Truly Original producers were saying this. I'm really starting to think production is trash. I know the editing and everything made us think that they were trash last season, but all this other stuff behind the scenes, I believe it. I believe they did say this to her, but that's my own personal belief. I'm not saying it's fact. I do believe they did say that she didn't fit the image of the show because she don't got a big donkey booty. Because, you know, they like to portray us black folk as one particular thing on these shows. So it wouldn't shock me. And it wouldn't shock me that they used the whole incident with her fighting with Latoya as a way just to kind of be like, yeah, this is not going to work. All right, I'm going to take some callers. Shout out to my mods. We have almost 800 people in the chat. Look, y'all, I decided to come live today at the last minute. I said, oh, we should do a live after show. I'm going to take some calls. Hold on. Kimberly's in the house. Kimberly.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, give me your unedited thoughts.
Well, I believe everything Falynn said. I didn't ever believe that she cheated to begin with, and I think she confirmed that she didn't, and I believe that. And I just don't understand why everybody wanted her to go so ratchet. Like, sometimes you can say things without being ratchet. She did make comments about Portia if you caught them. She just didn't do it in a ratchet way. She did it in a nice, classy woman way. Because she said when she was worried about her kids and his kids, she said, I can't see them. And now they're around her. Oh, and she did say, now they're around her and they don't have me to comfort them. That was a little shade towards Portia. She also said her marriage changed once she started working at the show. And she said, that's when her marriage changed. But she said it didn't have nothing to do with this show. So her marriage changed because Simon probably was messing with Portia. That's probably why her marriage changed. So she also said that production didn't want her back. But production's the same one who keeps saying they want classy women with wealth and beauty on their show, but you don't want her. probably because their little darling Portia probably was sleeping with her husband and said, I don't want her on here. And Falynn shot a lot more scenes than what was shown, because she said that was Candy, and Kenya also said that too, that she shot a lot of scenes that weren't shown. So production did cut out a lot. And she also said that Portia was in her house. She said he started messing with one of her coworkers who was in her house. She said a lot without saying a lot, because I don't think she's like low down and dirty. I don't think that's somewhere she likes to be. So I think she was more classy. But I think she has so much more information, because Simon was going crazy trying to shut her up. So he probably was so scared of what was she going to say.
Yeah.
But I think she took the high road.
But what you think after 5 years of being with someone that he would know her better than that, right?
Well, not really, because if he knew her better or cared anything about her, he would have told her he was divorcing her, not letting her find out he's with Portia on national TV or people calling her to ask her about something. You think he would have gave her a heads up. So I don't think he cares.
What I'm saying is, it's caring for someone and knowing someone well because you've been with them for such a long time are two different things. You could know someone really well and not care about them.
That's true. But when you are messed up and you come from a place that's disturbed and twisted, you sometimes think that's how everybody else is. That's something you would do. So you probably think that's something she would do, because that's something he definitely would do. He definitely would try to destroy this woman's reputation with no proof, no facts. Like, how come he hasn't reported anything about her mysterious drug habit that she had so bad it was breaking his heart? He just throws stuff out, he's just throwing out anything to see what will stick, that Portia fans will jump on and just ride that train. He's just throwing out anything. And I think he's thinking, because that's kind of sick mind he is, he's probably thinking, oh, she's probably just as sick, or maybe she's going to go just as low.
And she didn't. She remained a class act the entire interview. I mean, I didn't expect anything less, especially with Up and Adam doing the interview. Were there any other moments from the interview that stood out to you?
I mean, I really felt bad when she was talking about the kids. But me personally, I've dated people with kids. I don't get attached to other people's kids, because at the end of the day, they ain't mine. So I really don't. But I do know people who actually do get attached to other people's kids and feel like they are actually their kids. And then when they break up, they do feel like they lost a child. But not me. But I can see how.
Not you, Kimberly, but you can see where she's coming from.
Yes, because I really felt for her. I was like, am I ready to cry? She got me ready to cry. Like, I really felt for her. I felt like, oh, she really is in pain. I really believed that she was in pain.
Yeah. And we also have to remember this interview was done, I think, a couple of weeks ago. So it's still a very fresh situation. I can only imagine how she feels, especially after all the things that he's been doing on social media in the last week.
Yes, that's gotta hurt, especially if you love someone and if you still have feelings for them, even though they're not a great person, you still have feelings for. It has to hurt to have somebody hurt you like that and then do it publicly. Like, it's bad enough when you go through something, but only your friends and your family know about it. But for the whole world to know about it and then judge you and then say things about you that you know are not true.
Yeah. It's so true. Kimberly, thank you so much for calling. Look, the line is long, as you can only imagine. Thank you so much for calling in, as always, and for supporting the channel.
You're welcome.
Sorry to cut you off. All right. I'm about to bring up a not familiar face. Well, upside down face. Shantae.
Hey, it's your happy former moderator.
Calm down over there. Wait, before you say anything, Shantae, let me just acknowledge the super chat. Uplifting Depression, thank you so much. She says, yes, Kimberly, you always speak for me. I don't want one-sided story on Bravo from Horse. Why y'all do that in the super chat? Shantae, thoughts?
Okay, so one thing that stuck out for me, and maybe I misunderstood it or heard it wrong, so if anybody or you or anybody in the chat can give me some clarification, when she talked about when the lawyer called her about the divorce filing, and she was quoting Simon and saying, well, it's about when I filed back in such and such. So I'm like, she didn't know about the first time he filed for divorce? Unless I heard that wrong.
I think look, we all just watched this for the first time. You know, I love to double, watch things.
Right. So I'm going to have to go back and watch it again. Y'all going to have to go back and watch it again at that part. Because I'm like, wait a minute. So she didn't know about the first time?
Maybe they were
separated. It may, like I said, maybe I heard it wrong. maybe I heard it wrong. But the part about production saying you don't fit the look that we're looking for, that's what really threw me off, because I'm like, she looks just as put together and high maintenance as the rest of them. So what are they talking about? No, seriously. The only thing I can think of is the fact that I can't think of another housewife that had her own jet, her own plane. I can't, well, at least not on there. I know, what's her name for Housewives of Miami did, but I can't think of another housewife that had her own plane on Atlanta. I can't think of anybody else that was.
I don't think it had anything to do with that. I honestly think it had to do with her physical physique.
Which, again, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. It's just weird. And quick,
It's been weird this season.
It has. No, Falynn came on as a friend of who? She came on, she knew Portia, right, or no?
Portia was the one that introduced her on the show. Allegedly, they were not friends, according to Portia.
So my question is, well, how did she meet Portia in the first place? Obviously, she met her off of the show, which tells me she had to have. I'm here again, speculation. I want to make this clear. What if there was something going on with Portia and Simon before they started filming this past season?
We should keep in mind, though. We should keep in mind that sometimes, even if they just know there's a woman they want to introduce on the show, they'll introduce them before.
Right. Or maybe she was eyeing Simon. If that's the case, what if her and Simon had a flirtation? They were at the beginnings of this so-called relationship that we see now.
We should also remember that that Dennis knew Simon and worked with Simon. I believe they are also friends. So
Right. So of course there is that time when Dennis cheated on her, messed around on her. Maybe this was around that time that she supposedly met Falynn or knew Falynn and might have possibly, potentially, allegedly, I want to make that clear, could have had some type of flirtation or something going on with ugly Simon. And so
ugly.
He ain't easy on the eyes. Come on now.
He ain't easy. You mean this?
Look.
You mean this? Wait, here is he? This one? This Simon?
Put that picture up. Put that down.
This Simon or this Simon?
Put it down, please. No,
this is
sir.
me.
No, ma'am. No, sir. No way. But it's possible. I'm just speculation. What if she had a little something with Simon during last season, when she supposedly was at this point where she would have known her? She was around him. She was in proximity to him. So now it's got me wondering, and my mind is going, I got the gears shifting. Okay. So she's probably had designs and been wanting Falynn's life. If Portia was Falynn's into the show, now I'm really wondering, and I'm like, I'm giving Portia several side eyes. I'm like, girl.
This speculation's killing me. Dear Dana, thank you so much for the super chat. Dana says this: Falynn got Kelsey Grammer. Simon is slick.
Yep.
Looking for fame in the game. Love you, Kempire. Big love. Big love, y'all. Thank you so much, there. I was about to call you Dear Dana. Thank you, Dana.
Exactly. See, this is my point. It's all too convenient for this to have just been a suddenly thing. No, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. They had something going on of some kind. It may not have been physical, but it was something of an inappropriate thing where you do not flirt or have some type of interaction with a man that's married that's not your man. I'm believing that now. Because like I said, it's too coincidental and too convenient for her to have come on the show like that through Portia. And then Portia just wants to say, I know how it looks because of optics. But girl, bye.
Shante, stay on the line. I got to look at some of these calls. We have a lot of people on here. All right, hold on. All right. Not so lucky lady. You ready for me? Hey.
I want to say that the two ladies before me, like, they were mad at the points. Like you said, my mama always told me, you don't read what's in the book. You read between the lines. So, like you said, Falynn was leaving key points and drops for them to pick up on. If you realize when she said about the cheating, the guy, she didn't need to address that. Jalen addressed that, and he put up his real Instagram page and said that Simon made that page and made those captions and all of that. Jalen had put that out there. So he addressed that. Falynn, that's why Falynn never even addressed that. Jalen did, I think the day before yesterday. And then when it came to when she said Portia in my home situation. I agree with the person that was right before me. Remember a couple months last season, at the end of last season, when Dennis and her had that dinner, and he was like, "What's going on?" He was buying her all the purses and shit, and he was trying to figure out what was going on, and she was trying to live her best horror life. During that time was the courting, because as you can see, just the day before yesterday, Shamia put up a picture and was like the best matchmaker ever. They were courting since then.
Allegedly.
But that's why Dennis had got so mad and went and made all those posts about her on Instagram after the whole Bolo situation, because that was the second time that she had went out and did something when they supposed to have been working on a marriage.
Or their relationship. They weren't married yet.
Oh, well, their relationship. But no, but he proposed again?
Yeah, but still, they weren't married.
Well, all right. Well, engaged. Well, I don't know. They was doing something to be married again.
As Nene said just this past week, are they married? Because being engaged and being married are two different things.
My last thing was when she said about the kids. I just want to address that as being a former stepmom and actually a stepmom now. But my son is 11 now. When he was 5, I was with somebody for my son being 4 months old to 5.5. Wow. It hurt him. You understand? Because he still looked to, even though he has a father, he still has a bond with that person. He still did. I'm talking. They still did things together. They still had that time. So like she said, planning things, doing things. My son like, "Mom, can I go to the park with such and such?" And I'm like, no, he's not here no more. So that really made me cry, because I know that relationship and that bond when it comes to building a family, thinking we're going to have this and we're doing this and we're doing that. Like she said, I had plans. And when your plans is just crushed, it's hurtful. Like I had plans and then he changed those plans. So it's like, now I got to train my kid all over again. Their kids have relationships. So it's like that's a lot for a person to deal with. Like she kept saying, women deal with a lot. Women take a lot. She was alluding to all of the things that she was dealing with within their relationship that she wasn't speaking or able to speak. Yeah.
Wow. Not to lucky. I am so glad you gave us that perspective, especially because I don't have any stepkids. I don't have any kids. So thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. For those that are in the backstage, and if you've already been on, call back in, because a lot of people are trying to get on. So I want to get to a lot of calls before I end this live tonight. If you're just tuning in, I'm your boy, TheKempire, here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics here in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. We've been following this Falynn Guobadia, Portia Williams love triangle since the beginning. We actually broke the news live here on the channel. So if you don't want to miss out on any more breaking news, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on those topics. All right. Let me see who's backstage. Ace E, I'm going to bring you up. Hey.
Oh, hello. How's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. A lot of thoughts on tonight.
What are those thoughts?
Oh my God, where do you start? I mean, so the first thing, I think that Falynn was really overwhelmed with everything that, just as the previous caller stated, I think there were even more emotions that she was dealing with, which kind of, I guess, caused her to, just be more emotional and not get so deep into the tea of it. I do think that she is kind of not intimidated, but she's moving very cautiously in terms of Simon, because the way that he referred to the one quoting him, Simon gets caught if he wants to, and then the referring to his lawyers as dogs. To me, that was big, a big red flag for me. He might be a little more malicious than we thought. So I think that's why the interview may have not been what people expected it to be.
Yeah.
As far as Portia goes, this was a flash forward in my eyes. I hope that she paid attention to this interview very closely, because it's going to be her in a few years. I don't know. Yeah. And then as far as Falynn not being picked for the show, I feel like that might have something to do with Portia. I think Bravo's trying to groom her to be the nucleus of the group, at least for the next generation of housewives. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
trying to portray as the new queen, or if like Keisha, that Keisha girl's coming on, kind of ties into Portia being the mother hen, and I don't know how that's gonna work though.
You just gave me a nightmare while I'm awake.
Exactly. Exactly.
Any other thoughts, Ace, before I let you go?
Well, I would love to see Falynn on. I kind of would love to see how Falynn, LaToya, and Kenya, that dynamic. I'm curious to see how that would be because she's kind of friends with both of them. So
I'm not sure if LaToya is coming back based on what I've been hearing.
Right. I do kind of want her to come back just for the mess aspect of it. I do think I could see LaToya growing on here.
You can see, okay. I don't know. LaToya's a lot, but I appreciate the feedback though.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. I love talking to you guys. This is why I love doing this, because everyone has such a different perspective. And please, I'm honestly not paying attention to the chat that much. I'm assuming everyone's being respectful, but I like to remind you guys to be respectful of everyone that's having a conversation. If you're, if you love Portia, that's fine. If you love Kenya, that's fine. If you hate, don't tell me you hate. You can say it in a nicer way. All right. Let me see. Hold on. All right. Uh-oh. I see a familiar face. Would you put that away?
She is right. Sutton is right. That helps.
It's a different thing that she was using. Miriam, what do you mean being a mod is no joke?
Oh gosh, that was tough. That was tough. Because we're not used to having there were a lot of trolls tonight, and some people were impatient, so it was hard to differentiate. I get it. There were people saying this is a snooze fest from before she uttered a word. Give her a chance to speak. This woman hasn't spoken. This woman, and they were mad that she wasn't ghetto enough. Her style is clearly different. So this is why I don't think this will be Portia in a few years. I think in a few years or before, yes, Lyman, nobody like Shantae called him. Shantae, the credit is yours. I love the name. Can I use it, please? But it's he will leave her, but she will never be as classy on her exit. Never. Because we see her now, she's being unapologetic. I always said, I want to believe that you fell in love, but your demeanor shows lack of empathy and disregard. This man is still legally married to someone who you swam in her pool. Okay, so just it's not a matter of optics, it's a matter of ethics or lack thereof. Just be respectful. Respect people the way you would like to be respected if you were in that situation. Just put yourself in her shoes. And for people who thought she was boring or the interview was boring, guess what? She told a lot for those who were there to listen. If you wanted ghetto, if you wanted ratchet, that's the wrong place. That's the wrong interviewer, and clearly the wrong interviewee. She chose Adam for a reason. She got to know him, and I think this is my speculation. I think nobody was interviewing her, and she appreciated that Adam gave her the platform when he did. So that stayed with her, and I get loyalty from her. Whoever is good to her, she's good back. She gave him. It's a scoop. It wasn't Adam's job to bring out the ratchet out of Falynn. It was just a venue for her to speak, feeling safe. And to be honest with you, people were not believing her tears. I did believe. Does she cry like I do? I have an ugly cry. She's beautiful when she cries. You don't want to see me crying. You don't want to see. But it was really, I felt like it's not she was with it's one thing if she was with Simon only 7 days or 7 months.
Or a month.
They've been together for they were married 2 years, but they were together almost 10 years altogether. 9 years or 7 years. That's a lot.
7.
Yeah, so that's a lot. So she wasn't in it just to be with him and then leave him.
Let's be honest. There are some of us that act a fool after dating someone for a couple of months or a year. So let's give her some grace in regards to that.
Well, of course, yeah. That's what I told them. I said, give this woman grace, let her speak, then form your opinion. But clearly there were trolls, but I expected them to be more blunt. But that is not really like it's not what they wanted. I think they've been wanting the salacious, the sensational, the scandalous. This was what I expected. She spoke and she said a lot of new things. And for those who will blame her that she plugged her skincare line, well, her skin is beat. And listen, she needs to make a living. So do you want her to be a gold digger, or you want her to be like, a person that's going to be on her own?
And
More
it seems,
power to her.
I thought that was an interesting point. A lot of people in the chat, and I'm sure a lot of people afterwards will be calling her out, saying that she was saying, she doesn't want the handbags or the shoes or these expensive things. I think a lot of people viewed Falynn as a gold digger because she was dating an older man. Specifically, LaToya said it during the season. St. J, what were your thoughts on her response to that?
Okay, so I love Adam as an interviewer, and I think that it was a great pairing for what the two of them wanted to get across. I think that Falynn obviously wanted to seem very level-headed, and she didn't want to seem like she was just going out for blood. And I think that Adam is a perfect person to be able to do that with from watching his previous interviews.
Yeah.
I think that where it kind of met a crossroads for people is that the situation in itself is so messy. And you have Simon and you have Portia and they just won't shut up. And you have Falynn in a white outfit sitting there with her Candace napkin. And it's just like,
not Candace.
We just wanted something. Yeah, she gave us like great nuggets of stuff.
Yeah.
But I think people were looking for the moment of
what was the question that you want answered that you did not get answered?
So, and I think that you also addressed this, and this is just from watching it. Obviously, the interview was filmed before it was announced, and then it was announced, and then more stuff came out. So the questions that I think most of us wanted answered were from that middle period after things got announced. Like, are you pregnant? Is Jalen your gay best friend, or is he your man?
Oh God.
Why is Simon saying you're cheating if you're not cheating? But I will also say,
do you think that Simon, because look, we don't know if Jalen Banks is, gay, straight, whatever. I mean, that's besides the point. But let's play for argument's sake. Let's say that he is. Do you think that Simon is just one of those people that just naturally assume, a guy and a girl couldn't hang out or be that close? Even if you said to him, no, he's gay. Do you think that's what's happening here in this particular situation?
Because my understanding is that Jalen was Simon's assistant.
Yeah.
So
okay, if that was Simon's assistant, why was he coming there late at night when Simon was away? Shouldn't he be assistant?
Because now he's friends with Falynn.
No, wait.
And they're hanging out. Like, he's another young person in the situation, and it's probably easy to talk to him because he's around. And he's another set of eyes. Okay. Miriam, girl, what you want to say?
What I want to say is that when you are a personal assistant to someone rich, you really don't, your time is not yours. He might have gotten because all the receipts that Falynn Guobadia showed us, it was of him in the car and him, like the time. Yeah. How do you don't know that he called him, said, hey, there's something at home you need to go and take care of, or I need that thing and ship it to me wherever I am, or send it to one of my wives in Africa. This is very, it's not possible.
The wives in Africa, allegedly.
Allegedly. I'm sorry, allegedly. But this is the thing. When you are a personal assistant, you are a personal assistant. And if he is bi, then I think Lyman was messing up with him, not Falynn. And for him to attack, like, why didn't he say that before his romance / affair came to light? For me, the timing of Simon shows that they are trying to attack. They trying to muzzle her. They tried to stop her from the interview. They were trying till yesterday. She posted on her Instagram, and he is powerful. So this is the thing. People can misconstrue everything. If he was his assistant, I wouldn't be surprised him going at the late hours at night. Did you ever watch like The Devil Wears Prada? Do you know how these people treat their
No, you did not. Just
Oh, girl.
well,
Okay, hold on.
you should.
it's a good movie. Miriam, J, stay on the line. I just want to take some other callers. Hold on. Candy's here. What's going on, Candy? Looking all pretty.
Hi, what is up?
What are your thoughts on this?
So I have two varying opinions about this. So hear me out. The first one is I think that Falynn and Adam actually did a phenomenal job. I think that Falynn was very strategic. She left the kernels that she wanted to leave without tarnishing her brand. And I think Adam asked the questions in a way where she was able to slickly answer them. Like if you read between the lines where she was like, my love language is quality time while his is gift giving. I didn't really care about the bags and all that stuff. She wasn't trying to belittle anybody who's into bags or purses. And she wasn't trying to say that she was better than someone. That was slick shade to Portia, who is all over the internet, always in like 2 past seasons of Versace outfits.
No,
like,
oh no.
The most. You know what I mean? Like she's doing the most, like, babe, and like throwing up napkins in the club. Like that's not circa 2025. I'm confused. But that was a dig at Portia, because Portia is very flashy, very materialistic, but her clothes kind of look like Pretty Little Things and Amazon fashion. Anyway, so I think she was very, very slick and strategic. And then also, if you caught at the end, when Adam was talking about, or she was talking about people were saying, like, go find like a richer man who looks better. And she made it very clear. She was like, I'm that man. She was making it very clear that, like, I have my own money. And if you listen to the, allegedly, the rumors about Simon, again, that he isn't as rich as he says he is, allegedly his first wife was actually the one financially supporting him. He actually doesn't come from Nigerian money. He was working at a KFC while he was getting a CPA or something, and then he wife hopped. So he had 2 kids with his first wife, got his second wife pregnant while still married, divorced that wife, had his other, because he had the first 2 boys with the first wife. Then he had a boy, and I believe maybe another 2 boys, because he has like 5 kids with that wife. And then there was like a Colombian woman that he had a baby with, but he never married her. So he is very good at wife hopping, getting people pregnant, and using women as a come up. So I think Falynn, for me, my one mind is that her tears were a yes for the children, because I do genuinely believe she loves those kids as if they were her own. But I also think they were kind of like happy tears, almost like karma's gonna get you, Portia. You have no idea what you just walked into. Simon is no longer my problem. That was actually the energy I was getting from Falynn. Was more of like, like you think you got me, but you're about to be set up for the okie doke. That was actually, and that's why she was so no one has that power in my relationship. You know, like I think she's like, okay, like you want to clean up after me, you're gonna get the mess, right?
Wow.
So that's one mind. But then my other mind, because I just believe in my heart of hearts that Simon is a scammer. My other mind is that Falynn and Simon are in it together. And this is the biggest okie doke on Portia we have ever seen. So Falynn wasn't able to get on the show, right?
Mhm.
So he's like, who is desperate enough to take me? Let's go with Portia. So he goes to Portia and wants to get with her. He's using her for a come up, like the publicity of all of this. He's now getting access to those different circles that he never got access to. And now Falynn is emerging. Now Falynn has her new skincare line and everything that's going on. Falynn and Simon are not technically married. So literally at any moment, they could be like, psych, and he could go back to her and their marriage is intact. So that's why I have two minds of this. Because this interview actually made me think it's not Simon and Portia, it's Simon and Falynn that's in on this okie doke. And we're all getting played.
Well, a lot of people, I think even including Fem Taro, says that Simon misses Falynn. I think it was Fem Taro that said that when we did a reading of them, but also based on what we've seen, there really was a real relationship and a real family structure. So that wouldn't surprise me, Candy.
Because think about it. If Falynn wasn't able to get her peach, Simon wants fame, but it is clear that he is still in love with Falynn. That is clear. Falynn now has her skincare line. You know, she's coming out of this glowing. Simon is able to get the come up with the press that he wanted, the fame, the notoriety with Portia with this scandal. So maybe they're in on it, but I just don't believe Simon is this money oil mogul. Like he was sending cash apps to Jessica Rabbit with his Simon, whatever his company was, Inc., was sending her a cash app.
This white woman?
Yes, that white woman. What? You tell me. What?
I don't know why I keep this in my hair. She always comes up, and she is so happy that we're talking about her.
Hey, Becky. You know what? Honestly, do you, Becky? I have nothing against Becky. Becky, do what you got to do. But this is the thing. What legitimate business is sending people cash apps in that sense? Like, we're on YouTube. Cash at me all day. but we're on YouTube. Like, what? Fortune 500 oil company. No. I'm with you. No. I'm with you. I think that's what we need. That's what we need to be doing. But like, if you owned a Fortune 500 oil company, is that what you're using to cash app your side chicks? Like that isn't that just it doesn't track. It doesn't track. It doesn't track. It doesn't. There's a fly in the milk.
Candy, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. And Adam, you did a phenomenal job. I agree with Kempire. Let's do a follow-up. But you did a phenomenal job, and you should be very, very proud of yourself.
Thank you, Candy.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my God, this backstage is just popping tonight. Hold on. Okay, Isata, I'm gonna bring you up. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Well, I really think that I feel sorry for Falynn in general. I feel like how this whole Real Housewives situation is really sad for her, and that how Portia should feel sorry for Falynn while she did everything that she did, even Simon himself. And I also feel that how Portia's like baby daddy is just sitting and just watching, just like laughing at all of this because he's like, this is like my plot onto, oh, let me just get away from her and, you know, let somebody take care of her and all of that. I do believe that, and I feel sorry for her because of that. And I really hope that everything works out for Falynn, even Portia, and the rest of them. So
it sounded as if it pained you to say that.
Yeah, it kind of does, but at the same time, I feel like Portia, the way that she did everything that she did was wrong. But at the same time, is go and get your money any type of way you gotta get your money, but don't be a criminal about it.
That part. Isata, thank you so much for calling in. We have a long line backstage. I want to get to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, we have over 1,300 people watching this live. Be sure to like this video if you haven't liked it already and subscribe to the channel. You're getting daily and consistent hot topics here on the channel. And don't forget, every Friday we have our podcast, which I didn't have time to do today, but it will be available later in the day tomorrow. So subscribe to Kempire Radio on all of your favorite podcast platforms. Shout out to everyone that's been sending in cash apps too, but super chats. I appreciate. I apologize if I haven't been able to read all of them, but I did try to display them on the screen. I appreciate you doing that. I'm going to take some more callers that I'm taking now. Please just make it as quick as possible. Just quick, because I know there's a lot of people that are trying to call in that they can't call in because apparently StreamYard only allows like 12 people backstage. Okay, hold on, Twan the Don. I'm going to bring you up. Hey, you're muted. I can't hear you though. No, I can't hear you. Let me take you down and bring you back up. Testing. Call back in, Twan the Don. Go ahead. Try again. Oh, there you go. There we go.
All right. I don't know. AirPods. I guess I gotta get my money. All right, real quickly, I do want to say I laughed so hard when it came to her just saying I was sipping my coffee, looking outside my closet window at the bees. I'm like, that just started making me like, okay, this is nothing but a story for her. She's like literally giving us a story. And as I guess mainly for me, I was in the gym, so I really was trying my hardest to focus on it. I was one of those ones that comment saying that I'm falling asleep. I actually did the little yarn face too because I felt like she could have gave a little bit more. I don't care about the ratchetness. I don't watch TV for ratchet behavior. But I thought maybe she would have informed us a lot more. And I am going to go back and watch because I do love reading between the lines. But I felt like she could have gave a little bit more. She was very classy, but she was extremely calm. And it was almost a little too calm, in my honest opinion. I feel like it was planned. I felt like she had to really honestly remember a lot of things that she had to say that was probably scripted prior to it. I feel like they literally came up with a nice little scheme of I don't know. I feel like this is just a bowl of gumbo. Portia, I'm still going to stick with my theory I told you the other day. Portia is the mastermind. She sat there and set up everything.
Don't you dare.
I feel like Portia is definitely behind all this. I mean,
you think Portia's the mastermind or Simon's the mastermind? Y'all giving never mind. Continue.
Now, let's be clear. And then also, I'm going to comment on something you said earlier about the bodies that are on the Atlanta Housewives women. Portia, when she first got on, didn't have that body she has now. Cynthia also didn't have that body, and Kenya wasn't as thick as well. So a lot of them actually started out, even Candy's, a lot of them were a lot smaller back when they first started on the show. They started getting that body. I feel like Falynn could have. I really want to know the limitations that she had to showcase her family or anything on the show because she didn't get that much airtime. So I don't know if that was planned by the producers or not. But
Falynn, you also have to remember Falynn was not a friend of the show. She just signed off on appearing on the show. So I'm more than likely we didn't see the family situation or anything like that.
So then now this gets to the point, like, what was it that she was supposed to do when she didn't really have that much airtime? She wasn't even an official friend of the show. So what was she supposed to give us in order for y'all to like her? I mean, she did bring some little bit of drama when she chased that girl through the house, and Portia looking at the floors like trying to figure out which color she changing it to. But I'm
stupid twat.
And I just love it. I'm gonna leave it right there because I'm gonna go back and watch that interview.
All right, thanks so much. Oh my God, everyone should go back and watch it because apparently we missed a lot. Look, it was hard for me to watch, and I was also trying to help moderate. I have to go back and watch. You never know. We might have to do another live. We have over 1,300 people watching. Look, we are examining and breaking down this Falynn Guobadia interview with Up and Adam. If you missed it, we will post a link in mods. If we can post the link to the interview in the chat, I would appreciate it. Real Love, thank you so much for the super chat. Real Love says this: when you marry a narcissist, it's hard to get from under his control. That is why she didn't go in. He badmouths her to the kids. She is swinging. Wow. What Data say about Taurus people? Data says Tauruses are only hard to read to people they don't care for, and that's coming from a Pisces who's the most intuitive. Well, you got a good point with that one, Data. All right, I want to take a couple more callers. Oh, I see a familiar face. Hold on. Okay, people be patient backstage. Lulu, what's going on? Thoughts on this Simon Guobadia? Well, not Simon Guobadia, Falynn Guobadia interview about Simon Guobadia.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. To be honest, I felt sorry for her. And I think that she's really, really going through it because it's a lot. And to me, she seemed numb because it's just so much. It's overwhelming. And I know a lot of people are like, well, she could have been a little louder, but let's give her grace. And I felt really, really bad when she talked about his kids. That goes to show you that she really did care for that man. Even when when the rumors started coming out about them not being together, do you remember she was more on the side of, oh, we're fine, we'll work it out. And he was the one like saying, being, out there. I also do agree with Miss Candy. Does she have a YouTube channel?
Falynn or
Candy? Was it her name, Candy, the one that called in? Does she have a YouTube channel?
Oh, Candy? Yes, she does.
Oh, I agree with her. I agree with what was I gonna say? Sorry. I agree with the thought of the kids, because I just feel like it shows what type of a mother she is, and we've all been missing the point here. We're all just worried, okay, Portia and this. We forgot about the kids. The kids, I feel, are the most proud. We don't even know how, because he has older kids. How are they looking at all this? Him being in the media, all this back and forth. And this is real life. So I really, really felt sorry for her. And that's all. That's all I got to say.
I appreciate you, Lulu. Thank you so much for calling in.
Okay.
Okay, Nia, I'm going to bring you up. Hey. You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't have much to say. I'm glad that she took that route. That is very Falynn, just to take, be nice. She's not a mean girl. I don't know what people expected from her. You know what I'm saying? I think they did have to hype it up because she's not the type of person to bash someone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if this was the other way around, if Portia was in this seat, I'm pretty sure Portia would have bashed her to Kingdoms Come. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have to notice what she's going through. She has kids. You understand what I'm saying? Obviously, this lifestyle was new to her. You could see in her demeanor and stuff like that. And it's like she was calm because there was nothing else she could do. You know what I'm saying? She only reacted once, and that was to LaToya. And honestly, through the TV, LaToya made me want to fire her too. So I can understand. You understand? So I'm happy that she took this route. It shows what type of person she is, and in the end, she will win, because when you take the higher road, it's always better for you. When you go low, you're gonna end up in the same place those other people are. So I'm glad that she did, even though it was kind of boring. I'm gonna be honest. I was watching. I was kind of in and out because I was looking on Instagram to see what other people were saying. But yeah, it was good. I think that it fit her. And I feel like she's still in shock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Would you want to see her come on season 14 of Real Housewives of Atlanta?
I do. And I want it to, because she brings something different. She doesn't bring all the drama. I think she could be a true peacemaker. They really have to look at her. She could bring something. Not only is that she's Black and Asian. We don't have that many people who are Black and Asian on TV, you know what I'm saying? So she can tell her side, because the comment she made about the ching chong to LaToya, she could tell people how that offends her. You understand what I'm saying? We hear a lot of things about how interracial children, they have to have two identities, one where they're Black and one on the other, and they fight to choose which one that they want to be. And for her, I see on her Instagram page, she chooses to be both. She doesn't pick beside either one. So she can bring that to Atlanta, instead of it being like, all this drama. It could actually bring like some ease to the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Nia, I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you. You have a nice day.
You too. All right. All right. Sandra, thank you so much for the super chat. Sandra says this: Falynn will have men beating down her door to take her heart. Simon wasn't good enough for her. She deserved better. God removed him from through his own doing. Ain't that a word? Ain't that a word? We have over 1,300 people in the chat. Let's like the video if you've liked what we've done so far. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. You're getting daily and consistent hot topics here on the channel. TikTok, if you're wondering where I'm talking to, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We're also live on the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook, on Twitch, the Kempire, and on Twitter. Periscope, we're live there as well. If you're not following me on Twitter or IG, everything is at the Kempire. All right. We're going to round this out because we've been live already over an hour, and I love hearing from you guys. I really, really, really do. I'm going to take a couple other callers, and I'm going to bring up some familiar faces. Callers that are about to come up, I'm not going to do a timer because I don't have the patience. But keep it short and to the point. Okay? I'm going to go with Miss Ree. Hey.
Hey, Kempire.
How are you?
I'm good. One thing first, serious note. I think a lot of people are saying that she looked too serious or, whatever. I don't know if a lot of people are aware of her background, but she came from a physically abusive relationship.
Mm.
And it sounds to me from what she said in her interview, she was emotionally abused by Simon. So she's probably just like numb to the whole situation. So that would explain her demeanor during the interview. And then people are saying Simon is putting all this out and Simon's putting all that out. His PR rep is telling him what to put out. Portia.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
I'm just saying.
I mean, she's introduced him to Facetune.
She's getting him in shape, getting that mouth fixed.
Oh, damn.
She's trying to put a certain image up and have him have a certain image. Like he's innocent in the whole situation.
Oh, Lord.
And then the last thing, his receipts he tried to show. If he was your assistant, of course he's going to be at your gate. And then that video with them going separate ways, he supposedly lived in a separate part of the house. So yeah, they would be going separate ways when they came home. I mean, duh. So yeah, that's all. I know you got full backstage, so.
Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome.
All right. Thank you, Abyss, for the super chat. It says Fal just took the wind out of Simon's messy sails. He's left looking like a narcissist and Portia like his next victim. Whoa. Whew. That was a word. T Maria. Hold on. Hey. T Maria.
Hi, Wagwan.
Wagwan, sister.
Hi, I feel happy that Falynn came out, and a round of applause to her because she has been silent for the whole time, and I love her for sharing her experience with her husband. And you notice she didn't say my ex-husband, she said I love my husband. He's still her husband, Remember in his post before Valentine's Day, he said that he doesn't know how to love. So it was his fault that this relationship didn't work. I think what happened is that he was probably getting broke. He convinced her to go on Real Housewives so that it can bring in other streams of income. That's why he did buy this big mansion that he couldn't afford because he wouldn't be selling it now. He just purchased it last year. Also, I think he is a very dark, a very sinister person. I also think that Falynn should be happy because she dodged the bullet. And I'm a Cancer, and I am a very good judge of character. And let me tell you, Portia, she does not know what is coming to her. She's a Cancer, but she's a dark-sided Cancer because no Cancer will be acting this way. I'm telling you, there's this lady on YouTube, she goes through the dark-sided horoscope people, and when you listen to her, it is the description of Portia. And she did this video like 5 years ago. She is a dark-sided person. So
Ooh.
it's true. It's true. She is a
You know,
dark-sided
it's
Cancer.
interesting because Adam is a Cancer and he is so not a dark-sided person.
Exactly. And I'm not like that, because when Portia is acting like that, I couldn't believe that she was a Cancer. Now this explains to me when I listened this video a few years ago, and she explained what a dark-sided Cancer person is. And mostly the females, they will do anything for fame and money. And
Oh.
I remember that specifically. And a few days ago, I'm saying, oh my God, I listened this a few years ago, and it's the exact description of Portia. In Jamaica, we would also call her a yam head. She's a yamabella. And Simon is a waste man,
Oh.
because no man will be acting this. No, 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 it's serious, Kempire. He put out
Everybody just drop your
receipts.
Jamaican flags in the chat. Just drop your Jamaican flags in the chat. Come on.
He pulled out receipts that did not have any price on them. The price was missing.
Yep. You're right.
What I think really happened was, he had his assistant, which is Jalen. He probably told him to watch Fallon. And when he was not bringing in the informations that he wanted, he switched it around. He is a watchy poems, because the things that he is posting on social media, he is definitely obsessed with Fallon. He just wanted to divorce her because of fame. It's not because he doesn't love her. He loves her, but it's like a scale. It's love or fame and money, and he's choosing fame and money.
T. Maria, thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome. Bye.
Oh, bye. All right. Let me bring up some familiar faces. Hold on. All right, guys. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. There we go. Sorry, Shante. If you don't have the video on, I'd like to at least have the video on up. All right. Let's round out this conversation. I appreciate everyone calling in. I appreciate all the super chats. We have over 1,300 people in the chat. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. We're talking about the Falynn Guobadia exclusive interview on our boy Up and Adam's YouTube page earlier tonight. We are breaking it down. I want to talk a little bit about the body language. As I said to you before, it was hard to read Falyn's body language during the interview. Underground Railroad Pro Rep, aka Miriam, what did you think about her body language? That was one of the things that I said I wanted to examine, but I didn't get a lot from it.
I think I agree with people that she was strategic. She prepared herself not to show bad emotions. She wanted to be composed. She wanted to be the opposite of the train wreck that is Lyman, Guobadia, and Portia together, or the spectacle that they're giving on the internet, going in clubs and professing their love. I couldn't say a lot about her body language, but for me, a big surprise was I did not expect her to say she still loves him. I did not. For me, that was wow. Do I say, girl, you still love him? I do, but I understand when she loves him. She was with him for 9 years, 7 years. It's and for me, remember Camille Grammer? How
Yes.
she produced the first season to Beverly Hills?
Mm-hmm.
Her husband, he wanted her on the show. So here we could have a similarity. But I am conflicted there because I really believe that Lyman, Guobadia, he wanted to be a Badia on the show. But then on the other side, if that was not the case, I think what he did was the same thing that Camille Grammer's ex-husband did. He put her on the show so that he could leave her. And if that's true, I would say I will say him and Portia have been together for a good year.
Oh wow, a year. That's a long time.
If this is the if that was his plan, because then Portia, she could have told him, okay, you know what, if you're worried she's gonna take your money, we put her on the show, she's gonna be on the show, and we can go and do our thing, not telling him that she would be sabotaging Falynn on the other hand. So she gave the idea to Simon, and on the other hand, with the producers, with Andy, I don't want her. I don't want her. And this is why they didn't even try to have her on the show, despite of Candy saying, hey, what are you guys waiting? She has everything to be a housewife. She is gorgeous. She's successful. She has businesses and she has money. Why not? So I don't know. But for me, it was a big revelation that she wished him happiness. Wow, that I would never do that.
Saint J, what were your thoughts on Falynn wishing Simon happiness? And I want to correct this. It's now Falynn Pina.
Yes.
Did she lose? Did she agree to give the name up in the prenup? I think that she was taking a very classy way out. I want to know if her stance would have changed had she been recording the interview this week, opposed to when she recorded it. Like, because obviously, if Toya was able to get her so unraveled so easily, I would only assume that at this point now, as the train has continued to wreck, her stance would be different.
Okay.
I really am still upset with production, because I think when you have two housewives saying, yeah, she would be such a good housewife, I don't understand why she's like completely not even being considered anymore.
What if Portia, though, who I reported on just this week in regards to the pickups that were supposedly going out this week, saying that Portia is the number one person coming back. Like, there is no question. She's definitely coming back.
But that's the thing for me, Kempire. When you get into a situation where, kind of like what Nene said, and how she alluded to Candy was the one that you couldn't go for in the cast, it's very clearly becoming Portia. And that Portia is Shawnee O'Neilling the situation. Like, she's on the show, but clearly she's producing too. And that's not a good combination for the show, especially if you're going to be the person with all the drama.
Why do you think producers, Twan the Don, are doing something like that? Why are they allowing a housewife to have this much power over a show that has lackluster ratings?
Because they are established members of the show. And to be honest, just like how I said, Nene has been one of the people who have like one of the craziest fan base that just can't do no wrong. You know, what Nene did on the show, what Portia do on the show, is excusable in their eyes. When Kenya point out facts, it's like, I can't stand her. She's messy. But yet they're blindsided by just, I guess, I don't know, Portia's stupid personality, I guess. She plays dumb, but I don't think this girl is as dumb as people say that, or she acts. Like, I think she's acting as dumb as people want to believe that she is. But I think her fan base speaks for itself. And that's the reason why production, they're utilizing it. And plus, to be honest, I'm gonna point out a different fact that some people probably don't look at it. And I hate to make this a race thing, but it's like, I feel like these are like white people in corporations that's like showing how like desperate black women are to make it. Some of them, at least, some of them are desperate to make it to the top, that they are willing to do any and everything to make it to that top, get up to their level of making money. And they just use us against each other. And I just really hate to see it. However, it's good tea and good TV, but I really just hate it, especially when it actually pour off of the show. I see this entertainment, but when it goes outside of the show, I really hate that, But their fans I think is the reason why they just, you know what, they lost control of the show.
Wow. Shantae, last minute thoughts on this hot topic.
So I am sticking by my theory.
Oh my Lord, hold on, Shantae. There's always a situation going on. have the sirens passed?
Open.
Are you in New York? That's like a New York background.
No, I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
I am sticking by my theory that they might have had a little something, may not have been physical, going on by the time she came on the show or after Fallon came on the show. Portia and Simon, that is. So the producers, to answer the other person's question, the producers play favorites, and Portia's been on that show long enough that she can, be in good with the producers, whoever they may be. So they probably know a little bit more than we do. It may or may not come out, but it would not surprise me if something came out next season. Just like how I also said, remember when Candy said she tried to sleep with one of my friends' husbands? That was a jewel that everybody dropped, and all of a sudden went back and looked at it, and now we're like, So I think a little more is going to drop about that. As for Lyman Nobadia, Mr. Nobadia, he definitely pulled a Kelsey Grammer. Because like I said, he probably had no intention of going any further with the marriage. That was probably going to be his, I don't want to say last hurrah, but that was, it's going to be his last thing he gave to Fallon. Try to give her some exposure so he could Tarzan his way to the next woman. That's what he did.
You better say Tarzan.
Letting go of one vine and swung on to the next.
Oh my God.
So I stick by my theory. I will not be surprised. Don't be surprised if something like that comes out.
Tarzan. Wow. Shantae, thank you so much for calling in as always. Last minute thoughts, Twandan. Those that are still backstage that I did not get to, I am going to pick up your call after these last minute thoughts, and then I'll get your last minute thoughts. So stay on the line. Last minute thoughts, Twandan.
All right, my last minute thoughts are on Fallon and her body language. Like I said, I just feel like, in certain ways, I've learned a little bit of stuff when it came to like passing lie detectors. You would have thought she was hooked up to the system, trying to figure out if she's lying on that. So she's like, really, like, she didn't seem relaxed. She just seemed all flinched up and just like she's trying too hard not to show a side of her that we know is in her. I mean, we saw it already on the show when she chased that girl out the house and everything. So I just hope that's her real authentic self. If not, make it do what it do, boo.
Twandan, thank you so much for calling in as always.
Love y'all.
St. J, last minute thoughts on Falynn Pina interview.
Okay, I'll keep it short for you. I think that production is dropping a ball by not having her. I think that, if she would have hit Toya with the golf club, that would be different. That would be very, very different. But I've seen cast members do some very interesting things on that show. Meet people up in alleys, fight on boats, drag people at reunions. So I'm like, where did we get this? We're so above this and that from. And then we're having someone from Love and Hip Hop. Because you're removed from Love and Hip Hop. I like Light Skin Keisha, and I watched Love and Hip Hop. And Light Skin Keisha was fighting on Love and Hip Hop. So I'm going to just leave it at Falynn. If we're just going to be bringing people just because, let's just go ahead and, bring Falynn. It makes sense. And yeah, thanks for having me.
Always, St. J. Thank you so much for being here. Last minute thoughts, Miriam. And mind you, I have people backstage that I'm still need to get to.
I will say that I hope they don't drop the ball and they bring LaToya back. I don't think they're bringing Falynn back just because of their relationship with Portia. And to your point, why are they giving her that much power? Because it's the same formula. They will build her up just to tear her down. That happened to Nene. Nobody liked Nene. She's a staple of the show.
I have to one thing before, not to interrupt you, but I think you might be right. because I think Nene sort of alluded to that in that Jason Lee interview.
Yeah, she alluded to the fact that also, like, yeah, he put a ring on it, but that doesn't mean they're gonna walk down the aisle. So there you go. I feel like even Portia, maybe she's not in it to really get married. She's in it for the short gain, and that has been her demise all along. She always falls short doing a good thing for herself. In this relationship, she could have waited and showed grace and respect to an acquaintance. She doesn't, people to get respect from you, they don't need to be your friend. You be respectful just because it's the right thing to do, especially if you want to honor the legacy of the family you belong to. And to show growth when you're on Black Lives Matter, include everybody. Don't exclude because it falls short. At the reunion, don't attack someone from having a criminal background when she's trying to be good now and shame her on national TV. You fall short from the idea that you're portraying that the pursuit of Portia. Like she will, what is she pursuing? How to be more of a Portia?
Yeah, come on. Okay, your time is up.
I know time is up. I just want to say one more thing. I'm sorry, but I couldn't help. I feel like they are building her up to tear her down. That's the formula. Mark my words. 2 more seasons, and she's going to be old news. They want to go with the newer and more outrageous.
Light-skinned Keisha. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miriam. All right, I'm going to bring up last-minute thoughts. We have a lot of people backstage. I'm going to take a couple, 4 more people. But before we do that, we have over 1,300 people in the chat. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. Subscribe to the YouTube channel here. You're getting daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and more. And don't forget my podcast. A new episode comes out tomorrow. Probably not till tomorrow evening because I still haven't recorded it yet. What's today? Today's Thursday. Where does the week go? So, of course, I'm going to give you an unedited version of my thoughts on this Falynn Guobadia interview, and of course, some of your favorite hot topics, and more of my shady thoughts on the Real Housewives of New York, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and of course, Family Karma and Shahs of Sunset. I'll be talking about that, as I said to you before, along with some other hot topics. If you're an up-and-coming artist, don't forget we do play independent artists on the Kempire Radio podcast. Be sure to email us your best song, KempireRadioNetwork@gmail.com. Again, more details can be found in the description of this video. And if you haven't watched any of the past videos that we've been covering this week, today alone, be sure to check out the channel. All right, Kimberly Howard, I'm going to bring you up for a last-minute thought.
Okay, my first thought was, did you see that Tanya was at the fight too with Portia and Shamia? But I didn't see no pictures of them.
No.
Yeah, Tanya posted on her page pictures. She was at the Mayweather fight, but I didn't see no pictures of her with Portia. I thought they were still friends.
No, I do remember Portia saying that they are not as friendly as they used to be.
I wonder why. And I also really think that the production is sabotaging Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think they want to stick their money with Potomac, and I think they're just driving Atlanta into the ground. It doesn't make no sense. Yeah. How do you say you want women who are married, who have wealth, who have a fabulous lifestyle, and then you tell Falynn you don't want her on there, but then you're going to go get people from Love and Hip Hop, and then you get LaToya. Like, what is their numbers of their demographics? Because I don't think it's 20-year-olds watching it. I don't think people are watching the shows to want to see people sit and fight and twerk all day, and that's basically what they're turning it into.
And mind you, I look at my analytics, and a lot of the people that are subscribing to the channels because they love Atlanta and they love the conversations that we have on Atlanta, that's not the demographic.
That's what I'm saying. So why would you not take a woman like Falynn, who at the time was married, had children, had a business? You know, she is what Housewives is supposed to be about, and she probably would work better in a group than somebody from Love and Hip Hop and LaToya. She probably will work better in the group. I really think they're just Real Housewives of Atlanta has just, the salaries have gotten out of hand. it probably costs more to make than it's worth now with the ratings. And I think they're just going to just ride it into the ground. And I think that's why they're focusing on Portia, because it makes no sense to focus on Portia because she doesn't even give anything. She barely engages anymore. She just says like little comments under her breath, but she doesn't argue and go back and forth. She's not even engaging with the people. She's acting like she's better than everything. And it's sad. Like, you're not Nene. Stop trying to be her. Like, it's just, it's sad. And I really think if they want to save Atlanta, I think they need to get rid of Drew. I like LaToya, but not where I want to see her on my show every week. I don't think they need LaToya. I think they need to find some other women who are married. And I think that's what's missing too. Even though people got on Peter, when the guys were on there, it was a more different thing with the guys doing things with the women. Now they really don't have no husbands because Mike is not going to give you his life. And I don't even know what Todd's just a daycare now. He doesn't even do anything. So you don't really have
He runs
much
the restaurants.
Sure he does. Yeah, he doesn't really, it's nothing really to do. Like, it's nothing there because Mike's daughter didn't go to that wedding, but we don't know why. So obviously and then Cynthia, when they asked her, she didn't want to say nothing about it. So I'm going to go with like, they need more married couples to be in there. And I think that would be better. Stop bringing on young girls who are single, who are just going to sit around and twerk all day. I don't need to see that.
Kim, thank you so much for calling in. I always love your commentary.
You're welcome.
Nia Bangu? I apologize if I... Hello?
Yeah, you butchered that.
I'm sorry, how do you pronounce it?
Nyabungu.
Nia Bangu?
Yeah.
Okay. What are your thoughts? Last minute thoughts quickly, please.
Sure. I just wanted to say that for sure Simon is a narcissist. And I think we keep on getting this narcissist on shows just to give people kind of an idea. A lot of women are suffering out here from narcissistic abuse, and really people should really take this seriously. What Falynn was showing was not a boring woman. That is a woman who is tired, exhausted. She's burnt out. She really does not have the energy. This woman has endured abuse. This Simon is somebody else. And, she said something. She said she didn't even have time to come out for air until she left, until she got separated. Like, she didn't even have time to come out for air under the water. She really needs to get off, like, even social media and really start healing. And Simon has already, and this is what narcissists will do, they will compromise you. He has already compromised Portia. Her integrity is in question. Her moral compass is already in question. She was already doing something really good that aligned kind of with her purpose with this Black Lives Matter thing. And, the family that she comes from, she was finally getting it right. And this man came in and compromised her. She's being love bombed, so I understand why she's not going to think straight. But I hope she really takes this seriously. And when Falynn said he's a narcissist, she really should look into what is narcissism and get herself out of this situation. Because by the time this man is out of her life, she will be completely compromised. So yeah, it's really something to think about. Thank you for getting me on.
Of course. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Carrie, I'm going to bring you up for a real quick comment on this hot topic.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. And you? First, I want to say I love your work. I love your production. So I'm not going to be long, but on a higher vibration, I just want to talk about Adam and Falynn. I loved the production, and I can relate to her, especially I'm going through a nasty divorce right now, and I can relate to what she's saying because she's coming off as being calm and peaceful, and that's what she's giving off. She wants to work on a higher vibration so she can have more blessings coming to her, because I'm going through the same thing. And even though I love my husband and we share a daughter together, actually I can relate to her because I am 34 and my husband is 17 years older than me. And I thought it was going to be a great thing, but it wasn't. And we share a daughter together. So when I drop off the baby, he's very nasty to me, but I'm always nice. And when I give off positive energy, it helps me. And then it helps in the courtroom. It helps with my lawyer. And I just feel like if I just pray and give out good vibrations, then I feel that goodness is going to come back to me. That's what I feel. I love Falynn and I love the interview. I'm kind of symbolic, so I love symbolisms, and I feel like the atmosphere was very calm so she can say what she needs to say. And sometimes I remember my mother, God bless her soul, she always say sometimes certain things, be a lady, keep certain things behind closed doors and expose certain things. So protect your heart and protect your peace. But she said enough to me, and then you could read it between the lines. And she said she's an artist as well, just like me. So she's very artistic. So I guess that's her style, reading in between the lines. And she's also, it seems like she's a sapiosexual as well. So she's thinking on a higher level. And that's what I love about the interview, especially like purple symbolizes royalty and healing, the amethyst atmosphere and it's cooling, and the white symbolizes purity, and then I saw some lavender which is symbolizes relaxation. So Adam did a really good job. So
Definitely. Thank you so much, Carrie. Get my hair myself back there. Okay. Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you.
I love that. I think that's such a beautiful message. Janae, I'm going to bring you up really quickly. But before I do, Kara, thank you so much for the super chat. Kara said, did you hear her say that she and Simon were still going back and forth until the IG post? One of Adam's last questions on the timeline. Oh, there's a lot that we need to kind of go back and decipher on that interview. We've already posted links in the chat, but I'll post the link after this live to the interview in the description of this video. More details on how you can support the channel and the podcast and some of our past interviews will be available in the description of this video as well. Again, thank you so much, Kara, for the super chat. Hold on, let me take that down. All right, Janae, I'm just going to bring you up really quickly for a last minute thought.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. So one thing that I did notice about the interview is that the guy who interviewed her knew her. And I feel like it would have been more authentic if it was someone that she did not know, or someone that we all knew, like an interviewer, like someone who interviews like on Love and Hip Hop or, Basketball Wives, things in that nature. So because it was her friend, I feel like she could only tell her story, which she did. And it made it seem like it was kind of like, okay, do you want you to believe you fully? It made me feel like I couldn't really believe everything that she was saying, because if you notice, it seemed as if she was trying to keep information. She was trying to narrate the story the way she wanted to. With that being said, I feel like Simon has more secrets that she was not trying to share with everyone, because when she spoke about the cheating, she only said that Simon said that, if he cheats, he will not get caught, something like that. But I feel like with Simon, if you notice, I don't know how many times he's been married, but I feel like if he is really comfortable with himself, he wouldn't have gotten married to so many women, and he wouldn't move on so quickly. Because if a man, and someone has told me this, if a man is comfortable with a woman, he does not need 500 women. And he moves on so fast, but why? And if you have a wife who stays at home basically with your children, why do you move on so quickly? Because as soon as he announced that they were as soon as he announced they were divorced or whatever, then it came out, well, she cheated on me. And it's like, okay, where did that come from?
No. He definitely had ulterior motives. Janae, thank you so much for calling in.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. All right, guys, let's round this out. Here are my last minute thoughts on this Falynn Pena interview, exclusive interview with Up and Adam. Again, we will post the link to the interview so we can all watch it again and decipher some of the things and takeaways from this interview. Shout out to Up and Adam for this exclusive. It was a major interview. I know a lot of people, including Wendy Williams and some other folks that I won't mention, that wanted this interview. We're riding the coattails of this interview, but he was able to garner this partially because his professionalism. And no, I don't believe Adam and Falynn are friends. Definitely not on that level. If anything, maybe because they did an original interview, they were friendly. I don't believe that's his friend. I don't know. I could be wrong. I've interviewed people before, and they probably would consider, oh, he's a friend of mine. No, I don't own friends like that. But I'm different. I think they were definitely friendly, and I actually think they went further than I thought they would go. I think it was a solid interview, as many of you said and called in, and I love the fact that we are able to have difference of opinions here and have you guys call in and share your thoughts, because you made me think of other things that I may have missed or didn't really read into. I love that. I love the continued conversations that you're having in the chat. And for those that are watching this live afterwards, let me know your thoughts in the comment section about some of the things that were said during this live and some of the things that I said. But of course, always be respectful. Shout out to everyone that sent a super chat. I appreciate you. Shout out to everyone that called in. And of course, shout out to my mods for holding down the chat. I could not do this without you. I'm already doing a lot behind the scenes. TikTok, thank you so much for watching as well. Look, we will be deciphering the all about the tea and everything that has transpired since Monica's interview yesterday. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, because you're getting daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and basically the YouTube streets. I have research to do. I have interviews to watch. We're going to break it down. So subscribe. I haven't decided what time we will go live tomorrow. We might go live a little bit earlier than usual, and you will have an opportunity to call in and weigh in on all of that drama. If you missed the recent All About the Tea conversation that we had, be sure to check out the Kempire Daily YouTube channel for all of those details. Again, I appreciate everyone in the chat, and I appreciate everyone calling in, and thank you again for supporting the channel with your super chats, cash apps, all of that. Appreciate you so much. And again, thank you to my moderators. And don't forget, moderators, just an FYI, I am shifting the moderators. In the very beginning of the channel, we added a bunch of moderators. Don't take it personal if we've taken you off as being a moderator. It's not personal. We're shifting responsibilities. I'm tightening up the reins, and we're going to try and get this on a consistent basis. Diana has no control over. Only thing Diana can do is everything else every other moderator can do. She can't pick and choose moderators. She can't do the things that you think that she's able to do. That's me. So if you got an issue, check me, boo. All right. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Again, don't forget to like this video if you haven't liked it already, because I'm sure you enjoyed this live because you stuck around. Over 1,000 and something of you stuck around. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Again, you're getting daily, consistent hot topics. And don't forget, the new podcast episode will be out tomorrow. Probably not till later in the day, y'all. I haven't even recorded it yet. That's very unusual. But it's been a busy day, as you probably already saw. Subscribe, Kempire Radio, on all podcast platforms. It's one of the rare podcasts that plays up-and-coming artists. So if you're an up-and-coming artist, email us, KempireRadioNetwork@gmail.com. Thank you to everyone in the chat. I appreciate everyone being here. You guys are amazing. Look, I could be talking to no one right now, and I've seen those days, but I'm glad I could be talking to you. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.